Welcome to Future Business School's Book Bites. Today, we explore the groundbreaking work of Viktor E. Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. This book dives deep into finding purpose and meaning even in the darkest circumstances. Let's walk through the powerful lessons from Frankl's experience as a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, and explore how you can apply these principles to your daily life. The search for meaning in suffering.
One of Frankl's most striking lessons is that suffering in itself is meaningless unless we find meaning in it. Frankl, while enduring the horrific conditions of the concentration camps, realized that survival depended not just on physical strength, but on having a purpose.
In our lives, many of us face difficulties. A personal tragedy, a career setback, or health issues can feel overwhelming. But when you find meaning in the suffering, it becomes bearable. For example, when someone loses a loved one, they often find solace in continuing a legacy or supporting others through their grief. The importance of the why.
Frankl quotes Nietzsche, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." This captures the core of his philosophy. If you know why you're going through pain, you'll endure it better.
Think of a difficult moment in your life when you kept going because of a greater purpose. It could be working hard to support your family or striving to overcome challenges for a long-term goal. Knowing your why gives your life direction. Logotherapy, meaning as therapy.
Frankl developed logotherapy, a therapeutic approach that focuses on helping people find meaning in their lives, especially in suffering. Instead of asking, "Why am I suffering?" Logotherapy asks, "What can I learn or gain from this suffering?"
This is a reminder to look beyond the pain and focus on the meaning behind it. In your career, if you're facing obstacles, ask yourself, how can this challenge help me grow? What can I learn to become better?
Frankl teaches that meaning doesn't come to us automatically. We must actively search for it. It's our responsibility to find meaning in our relationships, work, and experiences.
For instance, if you're unhappy in your job, it's not the job's responsibility to give you purpose, it's yours. You might find that meaning through helping colleagues, learning new skills, or setting personal growth goals. Even in the worst conditions, Frankl discovered that he still had freedom, the freedom to choose his attitude. While external circumstances were out of his control, his inner world remained free.
No matter the situation, you always have the choice to control your response. Imagine being in a traffic jam. You can either get angry or use that time to listen to a podcast, reflect on your day, or practice patience. The freedom of attitude is yours. For Frankl, love was a critical source of meaning. He recalls how thoughts of his wife gave him strength in the camps. Even when they were separated, the love he felt for her helped him survive.
In everyday life, love, whether for a partner, friends, family, or even humanity, gives us reason to endure difficulties. Think of a time when love for someone gave you strength. Love provides meaning in both joy and hardship.
Suffering is inevitable, but Frankl teaches that we can transcend it by turning it into a moment of personal growth. It's not about avoiding suffering, but about growing through it.
In real life, we see people who endure unimaginable losses and come out stronger, such as someone who overcomes illness or a professional setback. The key is to use suffering as a stepping stone to something greater.
Frankl describes the existential vacuum, where people feel a sense of emptiness or meaninglessness. In the modern world, this can manifest as boredom, depression, or seeking distractions like excessive social media or materialism.
Many of us fill this vacuum with external things, but Frankl's message is clear. True fulfillment comes from within. What are the areas of your life where you feel empty, and how can you fill that space with purpose?
Frankl emphasizes the importance of being future-oriented, even in dire situations. He focused on his dreams of reuniting with his loved ones and continuing his work, which gave him the strength to endure.
Having something to look forward to, whether a career goal, a family milestone, or a creative project, keeps us motivated. What future goal can you focus on today to drive you forward, even through challenges?
For Frankl, meaningful work is one of the primary ways to find purpose in life. It's not just about the task, but how you approach it and the meaning you derive from it.
In your job, even if the work feels mundane, you can find meaning by connecting it to a larger goal or purpose. For example, if you work in customer service, think of how your work impacts others positively. Frankl believed that suffering requires courage and that we grow by facing it head-on. Instead of running away from pain, we need to accept and transform it.
Next time you face hardship, remember that courage comes from enduring with meaning. Reflect on a personal experience where you exhibited courage in the face of difficulty. How did it change you? Frankl believed that true fulfillment comes when we transcend our personal desires and focus on something greater than ourselves. Whether it's serving others or dedicating ourselves to a cause, we find deeper meaning when we give beyond our needs.
A great example is volunteering or mentoring someone at work. These acts of selflessness often bring more joy and purpose than personal achievements alone.
Frankl argued that freedom is inseparable from responsibility. We are free to choose, but with that freedom comes the responsibility to make meaningful choices.
In daily life, this means taking ownership of your decisions. If you're stuck in a situation, ask yourself, what can I do to change or improve this? Take responsibility for your actions and you'll find more fulfillment.
Many successful individuals have faced immense suffering before achieving their goals. Frankl's lessons remind us that these struggles are often the catalyst for our greatest successes.
Think about an entrepreneur who failed multiple times before finding success. The key is persistence and seeing each failure as a learning opportunity. What setbacks in your life could be reframed as stepping stones to success?
Despite his harrowing experiences, Frankl remained optimistic about human nature and the future. He believed that even in the darkest times, there is always hope.
How do you stay optimistic in tough situations? Optimism isn't about ignoring the bad, but about focusing on what's possible and looking for opportunities even in challenges.
Frankl stresses that hope can be a lifeline in difficult times. He saw firsthand how those who held on to hope survived longer in the camps.
Even in our daily struggles, hope keeps us going. When things get tough, what are you hopeful for? Holding on to hope, even in small moments, can give you the strength to endure. Frankl encourages us to see life as a quest for meaning rather than an attempt to avoid suffering. It's about seeking growth, purpose, and fulfillment despite the challenges.
What is your personal quest for meaning? Whether it's through relationships, work, or personal goals, embracing life as a journey toward purpose will enrich your experience. Despite witnessing cruelty, Frankl held on to faith in humanity's potential for goodness. He believed that, even in darkness, human beings are capable of acts of kindness and love.
Reflect on acts of kindness you've witnessed in difficult times. In moments of despair, human decency and compassion often shine the brightest, reaffirming our belief in the goodness of people. For Frankl, despair occurs when life feels meaningless. The antidote is purpose. No matter how bleak a situation looks, having a purpose pulls us out of despair.
If you ever feel overwhelmed, focus on the things that matter most: your family, your goals, or contributing to society. Purpose is what will lift you out of the darkest moments. Frankl emphasizes that we leave behind a legacy through the meaning we create in our lives. Our contributions, big or small, impact others and create a lasting effect.
Think about the legacy you want to leave. What do you want others to remember you for? Every day is a chance to contribute to that legacy and make a difference in someone's life. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through Future Business School's Book Bites. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Continue learning, keep pushing boundaries, and stay tuned for more content designed to help you succeed.